In today's lesson, we're going to go back to an old idea again, algebra, solving equations, and trying to apply it to a new situation. We're going to work with angles. So just some reminders about algebra itself. Our big idea, numbers on one side, letters on the other. So we're going to start with some basic examples again of how to solve things, and we'll go and talk about the angle stuff. So these are both letters. This is a number. We've got the things on the sides that we want them on. 4y take away 9y is negative 5y. And we simplify it, but we don't want 5y, we want y. So we got to divide out that negative 5. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. And that's it. In the second one, here's our wall. We want to jump the wall. We got letters and numbers and more numbers. So let's pick at the letters side and the number side. And move the plus 5 over here. Okay, we put it down at the end. Remember, the opposite operation. We'll be left with 2x's. 25 minus 5 is 20. We don't want 2x, we want just x. So we divide out that 2, and x is 10. I'll give you guys a chance to try these other two here and see what you can do with these ones. I'm going to bring the 10 to the other side. Okay. When the 10 is moved, I can take the plus 10 and turn it into a minus 10. Negative 20 and negative 10 makes negative 30. I want to get m by itself, so I'll divide by 3. M is negative 10. And the last one here, I can move the letters this time to go over the other letters. Always write down what you have first. The 4n has a little plus in front of it. We don't see it. It becomes a minus when we go to the other side. Make sure that 6 stays negative. 7n minus 4n is 3n's. I want to get just n. And n is negative 2. So this is solving equations, but I want to apply this idea to a new situation. We keep doing this over and over and over again in this course. Okay, 2 more. Give it a try. If you didn't get the last 4, try these ones and see if you can get them right. Okay, 5x minus 4x. I'm going to take this minus x and move it over here so I have all the letters on the left side and the numbers on the right side. Don't forget, if you don't see a number, you can always put the number 1 in front. 5 minus 4 plus 1 gives us 2x's. I don't want 2x's though. I want to know just what x is. X must be 3. And the last one, the trickiest one here, we got things on both sides. So I got more numbers on the left than I do on the right. So I think it makes sense to bring the numbers to the left. Plus 19 will come over and become minus 19. We already have 5x. Bring the 2x over, becomes plus 2x. And we'll collect all our like terms up. But we don't want 7x's, we want just x, and x is negative 2. Hopefully we've got this all figured out, this algebra stuff again, solving equations, because here comes a new situation. I want to use these ideas so that I can build an equation to solve for a missing angle. That's really what our unit's all about. Well, if I get a diagram like the first one, I don't have any angles, hard to figure out missing ones, right? Unless I can build an equation and solve for a missing letter. So here's how this is going to work today. We've got to find a relationship. So for example, a straight line that we know something about in terms of angles. Straight lines make 180 degrees. I need to take the algebraic terms that I have and make an equation. I know this angle combined with this angle, in other words 3x plus 2x, have to add up to 180. Well, if I write that out like an equation, I've got something I can solve now. 3x plus 2x, those are letter things. I can combine them together and get 5x is 180. But I don't really want 5x, I want to know just x. So I divide by 5, and x comes out to 36. Well, now that I know that x is 36, I can go back to the question and figure out the missing angles. How do I do that? Well, this angle is made up of 2 x's, 2 36's. If I multiply them together, I get 72 degrees. This one's 3 36's, or in other words, 108 degrees. And if I know what this one is, I can figure out why, because, well, They're across from another. It also must be 108. I figured out the missing angles when I didn't have any by using some sort of geometric property and built an equation. Let's try that for the next one. What do I know about triangles? I know that if I take my three angles and add them all together, they should come up to our favorite old number, 180. How's that going to look? X is one of the angles, plus 3x, my other angle, and my third angle have to add together to make 180. I've got myself an equation. I need to solve this. Letters on one side, and I have all my letters together, and numbers on the other side. Well, the 180 is where I want it. Let's bring the 30 over to the other side there, and I've got it in the right spots. If I add 1x and 3x and 2x, I got 6x's and 210. I don't want 6x's, I want to know x. X is 35. And once I know x, I can go back to my diagram and figure out the missing angles. This is a nice one. How big is that angle? It's x, 35. This one's made up of 3 x's. 3 35s makes 105 degrees. And this one, I got to do a little bit of bed math here. 2 35s, and then subtract 30. So 70 minus 30, or in other words, 40 degrees. I found some missing angles. Okay, you guys to try one. See if you can come up with an equation that can be used to solve the missing angles here. What key idea can we use? What do we know about 4 sides? Well, that's 2 triangles. And 2 triangles is 360 degrees. I know if I take each of these angles, so x plus 3x plus 15 plus x plus 5 plus 4x minus 20, it has to equal 360 because it's 4-sided. Well, this is a big giant equation, right? I got all the letters on the left-hand side already. On the right side, I got 360, and I'm going to bring over the 15, make it a minus, the 5, make it a minus, the 20, make it a plus, and I've got letters on one side and numbers on the other. I've got 9 x's on the left. On the right, you should get 360. I want to know what x is, right? Let's divide by 9, and x is 40. Let's figure out the angles. Oh, the best angle right here. X is 40. Done. This one, I need 3 40s, and I got to add 15. Well, 3 times 40 is 120, plus 15 is 135. This one is just 40 plus 5. Well, that's just 45. This one needs 4 40s, and then take away 20. You should get 140 for that one. Okay, so we can do 3-sided figures, 4-sided figures, straight lines. And our last one here, let's see what we got with this one. I want to find the missing angles. What do I know? Well, my hint in this case is I got these beautiful looking arrows. That's my hint. It looks for F, C, and Z. And in fact, lying on its back right here is an F. What do I know about the angles in an F? I know that they don't add up to anything, but I know in an F, the angles under the arms are always equal. In other words, 7x minus 17 is equal to 5x plus 1. That's something I can solve. I bring the 5x to the left to make it a minus. I'm going to leave the one where it is and bring the 17 over to join it. I'll get 2x's is 18. X must be 9. Go back to my diagram. Let's find the missing angles. I need 7 x's. So 7, 9 minus 17. So that's 63 minus 17. That gives me 46. I don't really have to do this one because I know it's 46. They're the same, right? It's kind of our key point. And if this is the same that's across, A is 46. And B, I can do my straight line minus 46, and I'll get 134 degrees. Okay. So an old idea, algebra, solving equations in a new way. We have to build the equation. So our objective today is to solve these things, go back and find our missing angles. We're going to do it over and over and over again. The tricky part's usually building the first equation. So make sure you've got some sort of property that you know has to be equal. Whether it adds up to something, or like in this last one here, letter F, we know two angles are equal. And give this sheet a try. If you're stuck, come see me.